Hello guys, it's time for math and today we are doing lesson 13-2. You probably just got done watching our Pearson Success video, but now I'm just going to do my quick lesson to make sure that you understand what you learned today. It's pretty simple. So we're taking what we did last week on Wednesday, telling time to the hour, and now we're learning how to write it on the analog clock using your hands, your hour hand and your minute hand, but you're also learning how to write it on a digital clock. Now remember, that's the clock that I told you most of you have all around your house, on your stove, on your microwave, maybe in your bedroom you might have a digital clock. So today you're going to learn how to write the digits on a clock, on a digital clock, okay? Pretty simple. So let's just quick review what we did last week. Okay, so you need to know that you're telling time to the hour. When you tell time to the hour, that means that you're going to be saying this word. That's o'clock. Okay, so you say the hour first and then you say o'clock. Now, you know that o'clock, whenever you hear o'clock, that the minute hand, which is the longest hand, is pointing right up to the 12. So here on my clock that I created, I am showing 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock can be shown on an analog clock this way, and I'm going to write analog here. Analog clock. This is what it looks like. The hour hand, the short hand, points to the 9. Minute hand is going all the way up to the 12. This reads 9 o'clock. This also reads 9 o'clock. Well, now how do we write 9 o'clock on a digital clock? All right, so when you look at a digital clock, making it like a rectangle, in the middle of the digits, you're going to see 2 dots. It's also called a colon, okay? The colon divides or separates the hour from the minute, okay? Now, when we say o'clock, we write it with 2 zeros. We don't write 12 because that would be 9:12. O'clock is represented with 2 zeros, just like that. Okay? So whatever number comes before, I know it's telling time to the hour because I see 00 or I see o'clock on a digital clock. Now, the first number is 9. 9 tells me the hour, 00 tells me the minutes. We're starting at the tippy top of the clock at 00, and we're going to make our way around. So 9 o'clock on a digital clock is written 9:00. That's the lesson for today. Okay? We're reading an analog clock, we're reading the word, and representing it on a digital clock. Pretty simple, right? Let's do a couple examples. If you want, you can draw on a dry erase board or a piece of paper just a rectangle digital clock. You could even get a head start and put the colon in. Now I'm going to take my hour hand off of my clock and I'm going to put it on a number. My minute hand is going to stay here because I'm telling time to the hour, so I know the minute hand is always going to be on the 12. That represents o'clock. Everybody say o'clock. O'clock. Good. So now I'm going to put the hour hand, my shorter hand, on pointing to the hour. Now remember, it doesn't reach the hour, but if you were to draw an imaginary line, think about what hour is it pointing to? What number is it pointing to? All right, guys, let's try this one. Okay. It's not touching it. Okay. I'll fill in the hour in a different color, and then you're going to draw it on the digital clock, okay? So my minute is o'clock. The hour hand's pointing towards the 2. So the time on this clock says 2 o'clock. Well, how do I write that on my digital clock? 2 is my hour. O'clock is represented with 00. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Okay, let's try another one. try. Give you that one. Where's the hour hand pointing? The minute hand is pointing to the 12. I know it's o'clock. If you said 6 o'clock, you are right. How do you write it on your digital? You make the 6, 0, 0. 6 o'clock. Okay. Give me that one. So the hour hand is pointing towards the 11. Minute hand is on the 12. It's 11 o'clock. Now, we've been talking about digits. We've been talking about ones and tens. In the number 11, there's 2 numbers. So all you do is fill in 11 and then o'clock, 0, 0. That's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Okay. Let's try, oh, try this one. Okay. Okay, think about where the hour hand is pointing. Think about where the minute hand is pointing. Hour hand is the short hand, minute hand is the long hand. You said 8 o'clock, you got it. If you wrote 8, 0, 0, you got that right too. Okay, that's your lesson for today. Reading and writing, time to the hour. It's 13-2. The paper that you're working on today looks like this. You see your analog clocks, you see your digital clocks. Today you're reading the time first, you're drawing it on the analog clock, and then writing it on the digital clock. If you look closely, the first one was done for you. The first one says 12 o'clock. You know that both hands are going to point to the 12. You're going to write the hour on the digital time. 1, 2 means 12. 0, 0 is o'clock. So read the time. Draw the hands on the clock. Write the time on the digital clock. You're going to do that for 4 problems, and then on the bottom, mark the clock that shows the same time as this clock. Is it A, B, C, or D? And that's your lesson for math for today. Reading and writing time to the hour. Very simple. Have fun and show off. Walk around. Take a look at your clocks. When it's time to the hour, tell mom it's 5 o'clock. Tell dad, time for bed, 9 o'clock. Okay? Show off what you know. You are my smarties. Have fun.